Hey everyone, it's Laura Milligan, and it is Monday, and it's time for my weekly Facebook Live. I have some super cute cards to share with you today. Totally switching gear from the Burger Bistro cards that I made last week. I got a lot of really good response on those. I think people love that bundle. It is super cute. I am using the Happiest Day Stamp Set today. It's just a standalone stamp set. It doesn't have dies that go with it. I'm gonna make 3 cards with that. And so thanks for joining me. If you're watching on replay, let me know. Let me know where you're from. Have you been keeping cool? We finally have a cool day here today. Thank goodness. Boy, it was hot last week, wasn't it? So I'm going to go ahead and switch my camera view down, and I have a couple things I want to mention to you before we get started with the stamping. Okay, so there's Anne. Hi, Anne-Marie. How are you? Okay, so here we go. So I'm just briefly going to mention a couple things. I have 2 classes that are closing this week, registration closing. So the first one is the beautiful Spotlight on Nature class to go. I call it a B box. And registration for this closes on Wednesday at noon. And this is a gorgeous set of cards. You'll get, we have 4 different card designs. And you will get the kits to make 2 of each design. Gorgeous, soft, beautiful colors, as you can see. So don't miss that one. I'll probably send out a last call, last chance to register on that one. So don't look for the email on that. And then my summer stamp camp registration ends tomorrow. I know that a couple people have mentioned to me that they're going to take this either virtually to go or in person. So if you haven't registered yet, you need to get that registration in, because that's going to close tomorrow at noon. And I showed you last week a couple of the projects. We're going to feature this 2 market bundle. Look how cute this is. It just screams of summer, like going to the farmer's market, right, and getting your vegetables. And then this one that features this gorgeous paper. We'll just be making a lot of cards that particular day. I'm not sure at the summer stamp camp. I'm not sure how many cards yet, but I know I showed you this the other day with all these frames. You're going to get a full pack of this designer paper along with other products. I think you're getting over 40, almost $50 in product that you'll use at the summer stamp camp. And then of course you'll have a lot extra to use on future projects that you want to make. Okay, so that is the summer stamp camp. Registration for that closes tomorrow. I can ship anywhere in the United States. So if you're not local to me, you can get it to go. And then of course I would love for any of you to, if you live close enough, some people even take a road trip to come to these. I would love to have you join me in person. That's always fun as well. So those are the 2 things I wanted to mention before I get started. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Myra. Marianne, do you have a new baby yet? I know Marianne was waiting for her daughter to have a new baby. And there's, hi, Betty from Ontario. Yes, brutal here. It's cooler today. Thank goodness. Myra, Colleen. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining in. So the past couple weeks, I started something different, and it was to use this host code each week. You have until starting today through Friday. If you place an order, $35 or more, I will send you the kits. Oh, still not a baby yet. Okay, well, we'll all send prayers to your daughter and all of you, and can't wait to hear the news. Hope everything goes well, and that you have your beautiful new granddaughter or grandson. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure. You told me, but very soon. Hi, Janet, also from Ontario. Anyway, so if you place a $35 order this week, starting today through Friday, using this host code, that will let me know that you want to receive the card kits that I'm making today. So for example, this is kind of what the card kit, this would be one of the card kits. You would get this in the mail. You'd get one of each of the 3 cards that I'm mailing. I can only do this for people, unfortunately, that live in the United States. Oh, it's a granddaughter. Oh, good. That's exciting. Okay, so if you use this host code, again, you have between now and Friday, $35 product order. If you place a $50 order, you will get a pack of gems. And it just happens I'm using them on 2 of my cards today. These are the 2024, 2026 in color resin dots. That is my thank you gift for this month. So if your order is $50, you'll get the card kit, 3 card kits, and the gems. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Let me show you. I did give you a peek at this, but it's the Happiest Day Stamp Set. It is found in our annual catalog on page 99, and it is $20. So look how cute this. They did like a scrapbook page. Here's a some framed art. That's really pretty with the sun that comes with this. So Happiest Day, 17 photopolymer stamps in the set. And so let's get started. So I'm going to start. This is my first card. I'm using Petunia Pop as my card base. And the designer paper that I'm using is the 2024-2026 in color. And these colors have been so popular. Let me just show you. I'm just going to kind of go through these. These are the in colors. These are the new pattern designs. Really bright and cheerful, summery, really nice. So I'm using that on two of the cards, I think, today. All right, and then this circle is die cut from the Radiating Stitches dies. Love the circle, love the stitching. This looks like a sun, doesn't it? Okay, and then I have a little piece of this is Peach Pie designer paper. So I'm going to start with Petunia Pop ink. Did everyone have a good weekend? Anybody do anything fun? I had a good weekend. Wishing you the happiest birthday. Let me make sure I find my word. Okay, so here's my words. Wishing you the happiest birthday. This is just going to be stamped with Petunia Pop ink right in the center of that circle. I like Petunia Pop. I like the name of it. I love the color. Just think it's a fun, cheery little color and fun name. Okay, now I'm going to do the dragonfly. So for the dragonfly, there are 3 different stamps. So you're going to have the main body, the outline of the dragonfly, and then a set of wings for the upper part of the dragonfly, and then a smaller set of wings, or it's not really the wing, I guess it's to fill in the wings, I should say. Fill in the wings at the top and fill in the wings at the bottom. So I'm going to stamp, let's see, I'm going to start with the outline and put one there, and I'm going to put one down here going in the same direction. You could switch that up if you want, and then I'm going to do turn one this way. I'm going to kind of center that. Okay, I'm not going to fill this in because I've already stamped one and cut it out. So I'm going to put this away. Before I put it away though, okay, I'm going to do another one for the inside of the card. This would also be cute. You could do the exact same thing. I think I'm going to put it up here. You could put it on the envelope. It would be really cute like that as well. Okay. So now I'm going to fill in the colors of these, and I'm using, you could do them in the same color. You could actually even just leave it like this if you don't want to fill it in, but I thought it would be fun. And I'm using some of the other in colors. This is Peach Pie, and I'm going to use that on the top. And if you look at this, when I first looked at this, I wasn't sure which way these wings went. If they went like this with the curved part at the top, or like this with the curved part at the bottom, and they go, it's the curved part at the top. So I'm going to fill this in with Peach Pie, and this is actually pretty easy to line up because it is a photopolymer stamp set. And of course I said that, and well, you know what, I think I lined it up okay. There we go. Okay, so I stamped twice on that. It is pretty easy to line up. So I'm going to do these two. Sometimes it's hard to talk and stamp and do all the things. I'm just going to make sure. There we go. And you know, even if it doesn't totally line up, it's a whimsical stamp set. It does not have to be perfect. So there we go. All right. So we've got that. And then I'm going to use Pretty in Pink for the bottom wings. Hi, Suzanne. How are you? Hi, Debbie. Oh, you got a day off today. All right, so now I'm going to do Pretty in Pink on these bottom leaves. And for these wings, they go down as opposed to the stamp for the top. That it seemed like they were sort of going up. These go down. It just helps when you're stamping it. So we have that. But see how easy it is to line up? I'm just kind of looking at the outline and just stamping in the center. It's actually quite easy. I practiced though a couple times before I went live today just to make sure I was seeing them right, because you know it's different when you're doing it on camera like this. I'm kind of at a weirder angle. Yeah, so there we go. And then again, like I said, you could put this on the envelope flap. You could put a couple of them. It would be really cute. Okay, so these are 3 of the new in colors: Petunia Pop, Peach Pie, and Pretty in Pink. And so I have already gone ahead. There are not, like I said, this was a standalone stamp set, so it does not have dies that go with it, but this was just fussy cut. So I did that really quickly. It's not, that is not hard to do at all. Okay, so let me get some dimensionals here. I have a new pack of the regular size, and then I have some minis. My preference is the bigger ones. I don't know. Do you all have a preference? I guess it just depends on what you like, but I'm going to go ahead. Whoops, don't need 2 of them. Okay. This is just going to be positioned over this. I just thought I thought it looked cute to have one popped up. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to close up my ink and get it out of the way. I'm doing great, Suzanne. Thank you. And this is one of those days, I don't know, some days I get ink everywhere, and apparently today, look at this, I've got it all over my hands. Today is one of those days, so I'm sure that never happens to any of you. Okay, so now we're just going to put this together. These are, like I said, these are kind of simple cards today, but love the colors. And so I'm going to just start with this piece of Peach Pie Designer Series paper. It is cut 2 inches across by 5 3/8. So I'm just going to glue this down. I love the back side of this too. Put this on the left-hand corner here, like that. And then I'm going to take our dragonfly panel and I'm going to pop that up. So I'll need some more dimensionals. Anne-Marie says it happens to me every time. That just means you're one of the cool kids, Anne-Marie. I think it's a good thing. It means you're in the Inky Fingers Club. And I jokingly, some days I say, today I'm the president of the club, but I'm not quite there yet today, but we'll see what happens as we go through this. Hopefully I don't get ink everywhere, but all right, so this is just going to be centered from the top and bottom and just overlapping the designer paper a bit. And I'm going to take this piece, this is going to kind of rest right here, but I want to add some ribbon. And so I pulled out my Pretty in Pink ribbon. just to pull from the bottom of the dragonfly wings. And I don't know if you can see this. You know what? I'm going to hold this up. The stamp, the part that fills in the wings, it's not a solid stamp. It has little polka dots on it. It's so cute. Let me see if I can see if you can catch. There you go. See the little polka dots? Isn't that cute? All right, so I'm just going to take a piece of this pretty in pink ribbon. So we have this in all 5 of our in colors, the 2024, 2026 in colors, and then we also have it in this new color basic beige that we have that everyone is loving. Everybody's loving the basic beige. I like it too. I think it's a really good addition to our colors. All right, so I'm going to pull this. Let's see, I'm just going to figure out how long a piece I need. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to I folded this in half. I created a loop, and I'm just going to trim this like that. And I'm going to offset these a little bit like that. Oh, and you know, I probably should have cut this a little bit longer, but it's okay. It'll be all right. All right, so I'm going to then take my dimensionals and use them to hold my ribbon in place. And also pop up this whole panel. And what I want to be careful of, so this is going to rest. I'm all fingers today. Okay, this is going to rest on the dragonfly image, so I don't want to put dimensionals way over here because it's already going to be popped up because this piece is popped up. So I'm going to go on this side and then one at the top. Yes, I agree. I agree with you, Debbie. The in colors are so bright, and I think they look so good together. All right, so we've got this. I better put another one on this side just to make sure it stays where I want it to. I'm going to move this a little bit. I can fidget with it now before I put it down. I'm going to move this whole thing over just a little bit. Fix my ribbons. This is not the way to do this. I'm just, yeah. You know what? I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to start all over because I don't like how this is looking. Bear with me. It's Monday, right? I'm going to take a bigger piece of ribbon. Try this again. I think what I should have done, it would have been good to start with a bigger piece and then I could have just trimmed the ends, but okay, so let's start with this again. All right, so we have it like that. We're going to flip it over. Just ignore what I just did. Just pretend like you didn't see me fumbling through that like that. Oh, funny. Stuff doesn't always turn out perfect the first time, right? Well, and this isn't going to be perfect this time either, but all right, so there we have. Now we're going to do this. Pull the backs off. And we're going to adhere this like that. And it's just going to kind of tuck right there like that. You could even tuck this under the wings if you want. I'm going to tuck it under just a little bit. Okay, so we have that, and then I'm just going to angle my ends. And it's nice with these nice paper snips. They're so sharp. So it's really easy to get a nice good cut. Okay, so we have that. Really simple, quick, easy. And then, of course, to finish it, I'm going to add some embellishments. So I'm using these in-color gems. We have 2 different in-color gems for the 2024, in the 2024-2026 colors. And there's these which are matte, and then we have some sparkly shimmery ones. So, which I think I've got those out. I can show you those. So I'm just going to add a couple of these gems. This is the Petunia Pop. Put one there, maybe one right there like that. And then on the inside of our card, let's go ahead and just adhere this. And you could stamp some words if you wanted to. Okay, and then you could do a little pop. Oops. I think it's fun to put gems, a gem or a couple gems on the inside of a card. I probably say that a lot, but I just think it's fun, and I think it's a surprise. It's something that people aren't expecting. Okay, so there's our first card. Wishing you the happiest birthday, and this is the Happiest Day Stamp Set. And there's the inside. All right, there's card number 1. Card number 2 is really different, and I wanted to make a card. I love this saying. It says, "You make me feel like glitter in the sun." I love that saying, and I was trying to figure out how I could do this card that would kind of look glittery or shimmery, and then I remembered that we have the 2024-2026 in color glimmer specialty paper. This is 12 by 12 paper. I think you get one 12 by 12 sheet of each of the colors. It might be 2, I'm not sure. But, so let me just show these. Here are the 5 in colors. And so I'm going to use these on my next card. I just thought it went well with that saying. So what I did, I'm going to start with the Summer Splash. Card base, and let me get out these all the parts and pieces. So what I did was I used the in color DSP, that same as I used on the first card, and I just cut some 1-inch squares. And I was a little bit strategic when I cut these because, although not totally, I wanted to, like for this one, I wanted to cut so that the flower, you know what, I'm going to try to move my phone down a little bit. I don't think I need it this far away. There we go. I think you'll be able to see better. Oh, it's going to pop back up maybe. All right, that might be a little bit better. Okay, so I was kind of strategic, and I needed 6 different squares. Originally, I had done this all in the designer paper, and then I remembered that we have the shimmery glimmer paper. So I thought I would try to come up with something with that. So these are the pieces that I cut, and 3 different pieces of the glimmer paper, and then 3 different pieces of the DSP. Summer Splash card base. I know I just said that. And then I have, this is 4 by 5 1/4. This is going to be the panel for the inside, and then also one on the front. So I'm going to set the card base aside and just start with my front panel. And I'm going to start by stamping my greeting first. You make me feel like glitter in the sun. And I'm using my Summer Splash ink. I'm just going to go ahead and stamp this. And I'm going to stamp this towards the right-hand side. There could be something on that. Let's flip that over. There we go. I'm going to stamp this towards the right, about like that. Okay, so we have that. Then I have all these little squares, and I tried to line them up, and I just sort of eyeballed them, which I actually felt like that went pretty well. But then I thought, well, I'm going to see if I can do a little bit better. So what I did was I took just a scrap piece of paper. This is cut, it's 3/4 inches wide by 7 inches long. And I'm going to put a glue dot on either end. It's kind of like a template, I don't know. Oh, let's see if I have glue dots somewhere. Oh, okay, hold on. Well, you know what? I don't think I have glue dots here, but I can do it with this. I'm just going to put a teeny bit of adhesive on the end here, like this. And I'm going to just line this up so that it is flush with the bottom edge of this panel. I thought about, like, I tried making a line with a pencil and a ruler, but then I just thought this seemed to be better because then you don't have to erase any lines or anything. So what I'm going to do is position these, and let me just lay them out here. So see, like that one, when I cut it, I looked at the sheet of designer paper. Let me pull this out again so you can see. And I just cut so this is a different color, but I wanted to use like this end of the leaf. So I, cut that part. I wanted a flower on one, so I kind of just cut strips and cut around that. It doesn't have to be the full thing. Like, here's one. This will be completely fine. It doesn't have to be like the full image, but I kind of I thought that was sort of that was kind of the look I was going for. So I'm going to put dimensionals. I'm going to do one at the top and one at the bottom of all of these. I found that one was not enough. It was too wobbly. So, I like to use, I use a lot of dimensionals, right? I know a lot of you do too. I think they make a big difference in the card. I'm trying to remember if when I first became a demonstrator in 1998, that seems crazy. I don't even know if we had dimensionals back then. Maybe we did. I can't remember. I know I did a first stamping class, and I don't even know what we used, but gosh, we sure didn't have all the products and punches and dies and embossing folders and all the things that we have today. But so this line here is going to be sort of the base so that I at least get these straight. So I'm going to start down in this corner, and you could do this anyway. It doesn't really matter. Let's start with my green though. You could do whatever, but actually, you know what? I just remembered what I'm going to do instead of starting on this side, and I want to make sure this stays. Okay. I'm going to start this way. And work my way across. So I'm going to start with this piece. And again, the bottom of this quarter sheet is right against the bottom of my little sheet here. I'm just going to do it just like that. So I'm going to line that up. Next piece is going to be pretty in pink. That is Charlie. If you hear any snoring, Charlie is having his afternoon nap. Okay, I'm going to do that there like that. And then I'm going to do another shimmery paper. This is Shy Shamrock. And as I'm laying these down, I'm just kind of paying attention. Now this is not perfectly lined up. There's a little bit, I could just move it over. I'm going to leave it as it is. This is a hair closer than this one is. That doesn't bother me. when I did my sample, it was spaced more evenly. Okay, and then I'm going to do this one. And for this one, you're basically just going to line them up with the tops of these 3 pieces then. Okay, the next one then is Pretty in Peach. Colleen could use an afternoon nap, I know. Charlie like naps all the time now, poor guy. He's like 15 and he's getting old, and so he sleeps a lot. But okay, so then we have that. It's really not that hard to line them up. But I thought this little strip of paper at least kind of helped me get it started. Okay, and then we have this one. All right, so now I'm going to pick it up and take a look. Okay, so this one I need to fix. So I'm going to use the little trick and just slide this cardstock behind here. I probably should be, yeah, this will work. So that I can get that dimensional loose without bending the glimmer paper. Hopefully. You know what, I need to use a bigger, hold on, bear with me here. I'm going to slide this under. Okay. All right. I'm going to try to line this up a little bit better because that was bothering me. I think the rest are okay. And I'm going to peel this off. Just bear with me. This is a day full of bloopers. This is one we could watch the rerun and laugh about, right? No, it's all good. Okay, so I'm going to get that off of there. Basically, I'm starting all over with this one. It's got a dimensional there. Got a dimensional there. I think this one, because it was right in the middle, it was a little bit off. It was bothering me, so we don't want to do that. So I'm going to pull this closer so that I can see. There we go. There we go. And that looks much better. So there we have the little grid and the words, "You make me feel like glitter in the sun." So I'm going to pull this template little piece off. You could keep this and reuse it. I'm going to flip this over now. And then let's put this card together. I think it's fun. It shows the glittery paper, glimmer paper, and it also shows the patterns of the DSP. And so this is going to be like this. I didn't use any ribbon on this, which is unusual for me because I love ribbon and twine. I usually add something, but I don't know, maybe because it was so shimmery and all the different colors and patterns, I just felt like it didn't really need any ribbon. All right, so we're gonna put that there. And then I have my panel for the inside. And actually, before I attach this, what I think I'm gonna do, since I have all these different colors on the front, and they're the same colors I used on my first card, and since I have not cleaned my stamps yet from that first card, although I'm going to have to from the third card I'm making, I'm going to go ahead and stamp our dragonfly on the center of this. I think that would be pretty. So I'm going to do peach pie for the top with the wings pointing up. And then I'll do pretty in pink for the bottom. So we'll do pretty in pink on the bottom. Okay. So it's kind of pulling the colors from the outside to the inside. So it'll look like that. Isn't that pretty? What do you think of the glimmer paper? Don't you think it's pretty? I thought it worked well for this card. This is a different kind of layout, and of course you could do this with any designer paper that you have. This is a great way to use up those little scraps that you have. Just cut some 1-inch squares. I put 6 on mine. You could put 9 if you wanted to do more than that. Okay, so there we have that, and then I'm just going to finish this by adding some gems. And I used a lot of gems on this one. I pulled since I used all the different colors, I just thought it would be fun. To use all the colors of the gems as well. Let's see, I don't think I used this color yet. And then the pretty in pink. I'll put that right there. Okay. So that is card number 2. And what do you think? Do you like the shimmer paper? Hot from hot North Carolina. I'm sure, Margaret, it's got to be so hot. So this is this card. I think it's really fun, and I love I love the words with the glimmer paper. I thought that was fun. That's card. Okay, people are saying yes, love the card. Thank you, Suzanne. Love the glimmer paper. I love all the paper. Thank you. Okay, so that's card number 2. Before I get on to card number 3, I need to clean my stamps. So I'm going to get out my Stampin' Scrub and my mist. I'm going to hold this up. Just spritz a little bit on there. And I just need to clean off my dragonfly wings. And the dragonfly, all 3 parts of her. All right. Okay. Let me get some of these dimensional backs out of here. So when you're stamping, here's the question: do you just let your dimensional backings fall on the floor and sweep up later, or do you kind of corral them in a little spot, and kind of keep them more quarantined or controlled? I try to keep them kind of at the side here. But I use so many of them, oftentimes they end up on the floor. I'm going to get rid of all of these here. And then I just get the vacuum cleaner. So, all right. The next card is going to feature Pretty in Pink. And it is using a little bit different designer paper. And I'm also using the In Color. These are the 24-26 In Color Shimmer Gems. So what I've been using on the first 2 cards are the In Color Matte Gems, and then these are the In Color Shimmer Gems. I like them both. So you can see, it's fun to hold them side by side and see the difference. Okay, try to toss them out, put them in the wastebasket. Depends on the day. Myra, you're funny. I throw them away immediately. Good for you, Nancy. All right, so this card, I did use some dies on this one, and the dies that I use are the Wildflower Designs dies. I had featured that bundle a few weeks ago in my Facebook Live, and I know maybe some of you purchased them, but I wanted that brings something to mind. I wanted to let you know too that we do have we have a special going on this month through the end of June, and it's an additional 10% off our bundles, which means you get 20% off our bundles, which is a great deal, and that is for the stamp set and die bundles and the stamp set and punch bundles. So either one of those bundles are an additional 10% off, and then also our die cutting machines, the large one, the little one that I call the baby, and we even have the boho blue baby one that was a special limited edition. They have some of those left, so those those are all 10% off. So the paper I'm using for this is from the Unbounded Beauty DSP stack, and this is gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Let me just show this because it's always better in person. This uses our in colors as well. Look at these beautiful prints. This is 12 by, I think it's 12. Yes, it's 12 by 12. Let me just flip this over. Here's the back side. So soft and pretty. Beautiful, beautiful paper. So I'm using this piece. That's Unbounded Beauty DSP. And I've already cut the frame and then the center of the frame. And that's from these, like I said, I had used these for a Facebook Live a couple weeks ago, but this is the frame that I cut out, and then this is the center part. I like to do that ahead of time. I think it saves time, and I'm assuming that most of you know how to use the die cutting machine, and if you don't, let me know. I'm happy, I can, always talk about that. So I'm going to start with a piece of the designer paper. It is 4 by 5 1/4, and I am going to use some of the black baker's twine. This, don't you love like a black, white, and pink card? I do. I think that's a great combination of color. So I'm going to put this way because it seems like this, yeah, the flowers are kind of going up. I think there's some flowers going down. Maybe it doesn't matter with this one, but I'm going to go ahead and take a piece of the baker's twine. I'm going to be tying a bow, so I'm going to make sure I have enough twine cut. I'm just going to fold this and kind of pull these ends so that that lines up. All right, and this is going to be down towards the bottom. Let me just slide this down. I'm going to hang on to it here. Get this lined up so that it's straight. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to just use some dimensionals. This panel is going to be popped up, so I'm going to use my dimensionals, and that's going to help hold, not only pop this up, but also hold the baker's twine in place. That'll help me when I go to tie my bow as well. Gosh, can you believe it's almost the 4th of July? That's crazy. June went by really fast. My goodness. Okay, so I'm going to pull all these backings off. I'm going to set them aside, and I will take care of them when we're done today. Okay. So I'm going to pull this, make sure that's secure. This is going to just go right on the front, like this. All right. So now I'm going to tie a bow. I'm kind of doing this backwards. Normally I do the stamping first, but I wanted to just get this twine secured. Sometimes what I do is tie, like I'm using one finger to kind of hold that knot, and then I'm going to pull that, tie it in a knot first. That way you know that your twine is going to be tight across the card front. And now I'm going to tie a bow. All right, so there we have our bow. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and trim this a bit. Okay, we have that. All right, now we're going to do our stamping. And so I'm going to go ahead and just set this aside. So we have this little panel. Again, this is from, I've got to look at the name, Wildflower Designs Dies. And I'm going to stamp, I'm going to use black, tuxedo black. And I'm going to stamp the butterfly, I'm sorry, the dragonfly. It probably could be a butterfly. Make sure I got this inked up really well. And I'll just stamp her kind of at an angle on that. And then I'm going to fill her in. Before I put the black away, though, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my words. And I'm using the stamp that says thinking of you today and every day. Okay. So we have that. Gonna go ahead and put the lid on this. Oh, and you know what, before I do that, so what do you want to do on the inside? Well, it's fun to add something. You could do a strip of the designer paper, or you could stamp an image. I'm gonna stamp this dragonfly again because I really like her. Put her down here this time. Okay, now we're gonna fill in our dragonfly, and I'm using Pretty in Pink and the basic black. I tried it doing Pretty in Pink on the top and the bottom set of wings, but I liked the black contrast. Okay, so we have that for our inside. You know, these could also be fireflies, lightning bugs. Okay. Got a little dab of ink up there, but we'll just ignore that. It's part of the day, right? It's today, and my lack of ability to stamp today without getting ink everywhere. It's all right. Okay, so we have that. There we have that one, and then we're going to do this one. Okay, so there we have our dragonfly all filled in. I was outside last night. It was probably 9:30 or 10 o'clock, and I could not believe how many lightning bugs they were. I thought lightning bugs didn't come out until later in the summer, but gosh, they were everywhere. It was so pretty. They were like all around me. It was really cool. Oh yeah, and the other thing I wanted to do before I put this together, let me move all of this out of the way. Closing up my inks. So I'm like reading comments, stamping, and so I have this old crusty looking bone folder, and you've seen me use this before. I use it to do some flecking. And I use the brush tip of my Stampin' Blends. This is the basic black color. And then the tip of my bone folder, and I'm just going to strike this, and it just adds some detail, kind of softens up all that white area. I like to do it. It's also a really good stress relief, right? So if you're like having a bad day, just get your blends in your bone folder and just strike away, and it'll make you feel better. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to take my card base, and I'm going to start with this frame. Isn't this beautiful? I know I showed this to you up close before, but look at the stitching. Look at the detail on these scallops. I love that. So for this, it's a pretty small, small little area there. So I'm going to just use mini dimensionals. They fit really well. Now just put a few on here. Okay, I'm gonna do it with 4. I think that'll be fine. So pull these off, add them to my collection. You know, I'm curious, since we're talking about bugs today, dragonflies and lightning bugs, have any of you had the cicadas? I know they were really bad in certain places, but we have not, as far as I know, we don't have any yet. Maybe they're coming this way, but all right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this frame down just like that. I love this frame. I think it's so pretty. All right, so we have that. And then I'm going to take this piece. I'm also going to pop it up. This one I can use my regular dimensionals. Pink and black were decorated colors in the 50s. Countertop in our kitchen was pink and our dishes were pink and black. Fun! I think it's a great color combination. All right, so this I'm just going to pop here. I'm just going to kind of space it so that it has even spacing all around. And then we just need to add our word panel. And that's going to rest right here. I'm going to use mini dimensionals to attach this. Because of this twine going through here, I'm just going to put mini dimensionals in the 4 corners. So they'll just sort of, they won't be where the twine is. They'll just be kind of on either side of it. It's almost like we're making a canal or something for the dimensionals. All right, so this is going to just go right there like that, and then I'm going to add some of these shimmer in color gems. And I'm going to use the Pretty in Pink. I think you could call this a monochromatic card, even though we have a touch of black. It's mainly Pretty in Pink, so I think you could get away with calling it that. All right, so then I'm just going to finish this, I just need to attach this centerpiece. Okay, so there we have that. And there is our card. And you know what? This piece is a little bit too big. It's not actually a 4 by 5 1/4. So I would trim this. But let me, you know what? Let me show you my sample. So here's my sample. And there's the inside. You could put a little gem. It would be cute to put a pink, one of the Pretty in Pink gems right on the body of the dragonfly, I think. But those are my 3 cards for today. I think this is a great stamp set. There's parts of it that I didn't even use. This is a rainbow, 3 different stamps, so you could do the rainbow in 3 different colors. Oh, Suzanne, thank you. You're so sweet. And Anne Marie, you're all so sweet. Here's the sunshine, and the center of the sunshine you could do, there's the words and some sparkle for the glitter. You're the best. These little arrow type things. Super cute. Really cute stamp set. It's only $20. So, again, let me bring these all in here. If you place an order of $35 using this host code, between now and Friday, you will get the parts and pieces to make these cards. I cannot include any stamped images, so you would need the stamp set or something similar. I'm trying to find, oh, here's my 3rd line. It's way over here. You could use something similar that you have, or that could be part of your order. But those are the 3 cards. This was card number 1. Card number 2, you make me feel like glitter in the sun with our shimmery, glimmery paper. And then number 3, thinking of you today and every day, which was a Pretty in Pink monochromatic. Okay. So thank you all for watching today. I hope maybe I gave you some ideas, maybe some different layouts to try. I hope that you will consider placing an order through me. I'm always very grateful for your support of my business and myself. Don't forget about the Summer Stamp Camp registration closing tomorrow, and then the Spotlight on Nature B-Box class that closes on Wednesday. So I got a lot going on this week. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to show you, because I mentioned this last week. I almost forgot about it again today. I'm going to switch my camera view down again. So I had mentioned this kit. It is called Expressions of Kindness Kit. I mentioned it last week and then I forgot to show it. So I want to show it to you now. It comes in this fun box, but these cards are gorgeous. Look how beautiful these are. This is one of, I think, my favorite kits I've ever had, and they are very quick to put together, but beautiful. Look at that beautiful card. You get that, supplies to make that, and then this one, wishing you the happiest of birthdays. Look at this fun sparkly gems. You get some ribbon. Get a full bolt of ribbon. You get gems. It has a stamp set with it. It's a Blackberry Bliss Stampin' Spot. And then let me flip this over. You have some gold die cuts, some floral die cuts, and you get supplies to make 8 cards. There's a whole view of the whole kit, but one of the things, not only do I love these cards, look at the envelopes. Look how gorgeous these envelopes are. This kit is $23. It's 8 cards. You get a stamp set, an ink spot, the ribbon, the gems. It's a bargain. And we are, yes, those of you that signed up for bingo, we are making these cards tomorrow night. But one of the things I wanted to point out that I think is so cool, one of the stamps in the set says kindly delivered to, and then of course you would write your, the name and address to the lucky recipient. But I love that. That would sell me on this kit, that alone. But look at these gorgeous envelopes. Look how pretty. This one's beautiful on the front and the back. So gorgeous. So this kit, don't miss out on this kit. It is available online. You can contact me if you want one. I'd be happy to order it for you. Expressions of Kindness Kit. It's $23 plus, of course, shipping and tax. And I realized last week, as soon as I got off my Facebook Live, that I forgot to share it. I almost forgot this week, so I'm glad. I'm glad at the last minute I remembered. It's a beautiful, beautiful card kit. So thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great week. I think we have some cooler weather ahead, which is good. I have been watering my garden like crazy, and I don't think we can water it enough. We need like a whole long day, at least where I live, we need like a whole long day of just a nice gentle rain. That would be really great. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. And as always, I hope you have time to be creative today. Thank you so much, my friends. Take care. Bye-bye.